everyone, Miss Katrina here.
And Miss Sam.
Welcome to Summer Streaming Series, a show where we watch the first episode of an old teen TV series and talk about it.
We will discuss the first episode, make predictions if we've never seen it, and tell you why you should or shouldn't watch it.
Everything we watch you can find online, so get ready to start your next binge watch.
Hey everyone, it's Miss Katrina.
And Miss Sam.
So today we're going to talk about the show Glee.
It ran from 2009 to 2015.
Okay, let's start from the beginning, I guess. We start off with a whole bunch of cheerleaders who are called Cheerios,
Yes.
and their very mean coach, whose name is Sue Sylvester.
Yep.
We could, I guess, talk about them and her first.
She is I think supposed to be the villain of the show.
Okay.
She's the mean one.
She is pretty mean. She's also she gets everything at school.
Yeah.
So it looks like they have their own sauna and their own it's just a little crazy.
Yeah.
I guess they're obsessed with cheerleading. We learned the South is obsessed with football. So I guess it kind of makes sense. We also see Will, aka Mr. Schuster, who is the Spanish teacher, and he takes over the Glee Club, which I learned was just show choir.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing before the show.
That show choir was a thing?
Yeah.
I remember show choir. In school, we definitely had show choir. That was a thing. But I never heard it called Glee Club.
No, yeah. I think this coined Glee Club.
Glee instead of show choir.
Yeah.
Maybe show choir was the lame way to call it. No,
Yeah.
Glee's cooler.
I guess so.
So he takes over, but he still has to pay $60 a month out of pocket to keep it going. And he names the Glee Club New Directions. I feel like I know that name from somewhere.
I know it from the show.
I feel like I know it from somewhere else, but whatever. Okay, so we have some from One Direction. Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
Maybe that's what you're associating.
It might be. Okay, so we have a couple people who are in the Glee Club from the get-go. We have Mercedes Jones, who says she's not a backup singer but a Beyonce, which
she is. She's
I feel
fabulous.
I definitely feel it. I feel like I'm a Beyonce too. We also have Kurt, who starts out getting bullied. He is very fabulous, to say the least.
Yes, they should throw him in a garbage can or the dumpster, because that's what you do at school, obviously.
That's how you bully people. You just throw them in dumpsters.
Yeah.
We have Tina, who is a goth who stutters,
Yes.
which I feel like she's a great character. All the things in one. I'm all about her. We also have Rachel Barry, who is super extra and thinks she is a star.
She's a type A, everything in order. She is perfect. She is amazing.
We also find out she turned in their old Glee club director for being really creepy, which he was.
He was a creeper.
And she also has two dads. She makes sure to let us know that.
She wants you to know that she came from two dads.
We have Artie, who's in a wheelchair, who honestly I didn't realize what his name was till the last few seconds of the first episode. I was I don't know who this guy is. I'm sure he becomes more important, but he's really not important. Then we also have some other players in the whole situation. We have Puck, who is a football player.
Yes.
Finn, who later does join the Glee Club. His dad died in Iraq. He also used to sing with the dude who spray painted their grass green.
It was his mom's boyfriend.
But so
I think he watered the grass.
no, he was spray painting that grass.
I thought
green.
it was watering.
No, he is definitely spray painting green on the grass, which I was very confused. Is that a thing people do?
He was totally from the 80s with a mullet and singing
100%.
songs from the 80s.
He was great.
Finn's the quarterback. He's kind of not the brightest bulb in the tanning bed.
Yes. And he kind of is playing football, I guess, just to make people kind of proud of him.
Yeah.
We also have Quinn Fabray, who is a cheerleader. She is Finn's girlfriend, and she is the president of the celibacy club.
Yes.
Which honestly, I thought that was really funny. The whole shtick with her being super religious and wanting to pray all the time. I thought that was honestly a pretty great little character thing that she does.
And he really doesn't know what to do with her. He just agrees with whatever she says.
Yeah, he's kind of okay, whatever.
I'll do what you want.
We have some other teachers. We have Ken, the football coach, who is in love with Emma, who is the counselor.
And then Emma is OCD to the max. She wears gloves. She has to do all that, and she's in love with Will.
She is definitely in love with Will. There is a scene in the first episode where she draws a heart around his face in the yearbook, which I was like, what is happening? She is an adult? This is really strange.
I think she's just a strange lady.
She is. But the issue is that Will does have a wife named Terry who is terrible. I hated her so much.
Oh, she's just a terrible person.
She loves crafting and Pottery Barn, which seems to fit her personality.
She works at
Sheets and Things, which I guess is kind of like Bed Bath & Beyond.
Yeah, I think it's a knockoff Bed Bath & Beyond. Or it might be real, I don't know.
She does run into the old director there, Sandy, who Rachel got kicked out, who now apparently is a drug dealer.
Yeah.
We find out when we learn where she works. So that's kind of our little intro to all the characters. And so what happens in the episode are Will goes to the coaches to see if some cheerleaders and football players will join the Glee Club, which is kind of a wreck.
Yeah.
They need 12 people.
They only have like 5.
Yes. So they need to like kind of recruit.
And they're kind of a train wreck.
Yes.
Their first rehearsal did not go.
No. So he goes to the coaches, he tries to like recruit people, they're not really about it, and then he hears the football player who is Finn singing in the shower and kind of blackmails him into joining Glee Club.
Yeah, he like plants drugs on him.
He does.
He plants drugs on him and then tells him that he won't tell anyone if he joins Glee Club, and Finn, not being bright, went along with it.
I don't know, it seems like legit, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he acts like he's trying to help him out, so he kind of forces him to join Glee Club. They all go to a competition, and the first team that goes on are champions, and they're really good.
They're like crazy show choir people.
Yes, and everyone's like, oh no, we are never going to be as good as these people. While they're there, the football team shows up with paintball guns, and they kind of like attack Finn with the paintball guns outside the thing, like, you can't join Glee, this is not okay.
They also throw slushies at the Glee Club members.
Yes, which, like, what a waste of a slushie.
I know.
I mean, slushies are amazing.
That's an interesting thing to pick to throw at someone.
I mean, and paintball guns.
I mean,
show up, you're like, oh, let's go, but let's bring our paintball guns?
They had to teach them a lesson.
I get, because you can't be joining Glee Club if you're on the football team. So Will gets home from the competition, and his wife says that she is pregnant. So he quits teaching and gets a job at some like boring accounting firm or something. And he kind of is packing up all his stuff and starts singing alone on the school stage, which I thought was really awkward. I was like watching it like very uncomfortable. Like, what is happening right now?
Finn quits Glee because he's no longer being blackmailed to be in it.
Yes.
And then they throw Kurt in the dumpster again.
And they lock Artie in like a porta potty.
And they want him to tip it over.
And Finn's like, no, we can't do this. He calls everyone a loser and he rejoins the Glee Club.
He sees his old mom's boyfriend
on the field spraying the field green.
With I think Don't Stop Believing playing.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. And he's just like, this is a sign that I need to join Glee Club again.
He needs to go back to Glee because it made him happy.
And then they all kind of like band together. Finn kind of gets them all to do like things like, oh, you're good at this, you're good at this. Let's put together a good routine. We gotta still be in Glee Club without a director, I guess.
Yeah.
And Will sees them all performing in matching clothes somehow, and decides that he is going to stay. And
that's after Emma gave him like some kind of speech being happy and something about not being an accountant. Yeah,
so he decides he's going to stay teaching and stay doing Glee Club and whatever, everything will be great.
And then we end the first episode.
Okay, so I have never seen Glee before.
I have, in fact, seen
So I'm going to predict what's going to happen. Okay. I'm just going to preface this with I watched like one more episode because I was like, I don't get why this is so, like, why people love this show. So I watched like the second one and then half of the third, and then I couldn't watch it. I was like, I hate this show. So that clearly is going to tell you what I'm going to suggest you do or don't do about the show. But I'm going to predict that they like go on to win nationals and like become like this great Glee Club. Will is clearly going to break up with his terrible wife because she is completely horrid and get together with Emma because like he's gotta, that makes sense. All those people are going to like join Glee Club, even like the mean ones who like throw slushies, and Glee Club's gonna be like cool again. Okay, so let's tell you if you should or should not watch Glee. I think Miss Sam should go first because you guys are gonna know what I'm gonna say anyway.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I loved Glee when it was first on. Watching it now, I see it's kind of problematic in some areas. But if you like songs and music, like it's a good time. Like,
I mean, yeah, but like the songs were old. I guess they were like contemporary then.
They were like popular songs at the time.
But now it's like the show's 11 years old.
Well,
so
yeah.
like these songs are not cool anymore. So I feel like it's just like not relevant.
Well, yeah.
Like the show kind of like tried to be super relevant, super like up to date at the time, but like it did not age well because I'm like Amy Winehouse. I forgot she even existed.
Yeah, it did not. Some of the even like the concepts in it did not age well at all.
Also, a lot of people from that show have died. So if you follow the news lately, you saw that one of the characters died, one of the other ones died, another guy was convicted of some serious stuff and killed himself. So like I feel like that show might have a curse on it.
Yeah.
And that's another reason
so
not to
sad.
watch it.
So sad.
I like how you're like, oh, it's sad, and I'm like, don't watch it, it's cursed. The differences. So I'm going with no. I think the show is super lame. I think that maybe it was popular when it was on because it was relevant, but it's no longer relevant. And honestly, I don't think it's worth it, and it's kind of lame. I think it's really corny. So I'm going to go with a no.
Hi everyone, we're back, and I want to let you know that next week for our last episode, we're going to be watching the original Roswell.
I hope there's a lot of aliens.
There might be.